I can tell when it's 6:30 because I'll be brushing my teeth or starting up coffee and I can hear my old lady screaming at the dog. All things being equal, it's better to be smart than to be stupid. I guess. Carl Sagan, Cosmos, 1980, page 284. We all know this type of guy. He's smart. He's like super smart. And we know this because he tells us. Not only does he tell us he's smart, but he tells us that you aren't. He's high IQ, you're low IQ. I see a lot of these guys. In fact, I'm not going to say who, because it's not important who thinks of themselves as super smart, but it doesn't matter who I'm talking about. What matters is the lesson. So smart guys love to think that being smart is what makes them better. And to be fair, I used to be one of those guys myself. I had tests and scores and a fancy piece of paper that had numbers on it. According to the teachers that I grew up learning from when they got back from smoking pot out behind the classrooms, was that smart people had an IQ above 135. I was 132, so screw it. They had extra room in the smart kid class, so I got to screw around with the smart guy things with the other smart guys. Odd though, there was no girls in there. They were buying pizza from the cafeteria and making out with the guys who worked at the mill on weekends. Yeah, I was raised as that kind of redneck. Want to fight about it? Anyways, so I was officially smart, capital S. Smart isn't an adjective. It wasn't for me, and it wasn't for the smart guys we have today. To all these smart guys, smart is a proper noun. A person, place, thing, idea. Well, not a place or not a thing, but definitely a person and definitely an idea. Almost an identity. So what did I do with this brand new identity? Well, basically nothing. None of us did. Because things are hard, and smart people don't do hard things. Smart people do easy things because that's what smart people do. Smart people speedrun Super Mario Bros. On the first attempt. Smart guys create a startup that makes $1 billion in VC in their first year. Smart people master the violin while wearing a Darth Vader outfit. Smart guys get all the ladies. Smart guys outsmart the ladies. Am I right, fellas?
You're that nerd.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. I'm done. We live on Earth. We don't live on Reddit. We don't live on Twitter. And we certainly don't live on 4chan. We live on Earth. We all kind of know really smart guys make excellent engineers and excellent software developers and excellent analysts for a company run by a third shift right-winger of the university hockey team. Why is that? Why is it that someone who's pretty dumb, by smart guy standards, is able to corral a bunch of smart guys together and build the newest app that allows 18-year-old chicks to shake their ass for internet validation points? Where did we go wrong? What are we missing? What is going on? Maybe smart guys aren't interested in running the world. Their company, their household? Maybe? It turns out my dogs are the smartest guy in the room, and they showed me what's up, and they're gonna show you what's up too. So what is it about being smart that sucks so bad? It can't be logic. Logic is our divining rod for objective truth, right? Logic made us nuclear power plants and dishwashers and prefab homes and men who are good dads and great little earners, and any woman would be lucky to sleep with and marry the captain of the dishwasher development team. Tesla, he used to slay it. So did Newton. They used to slay. They were neck deep in poon. Okay, Feynman kind of was for real, but that doesn't count. So what am I getting at here? Yeah, right. Typical smart guy. Once you mention Tesla, I just lose all track of time and start swooning. Anyways, so I'm with my girl at home, training our 3 Italian greyhounds to do something more difficult than sitting still until I drop food. I tried to teach them to fetch a ball and bring it back. I'd throw the ball, they'd chase it, and then stare at me wondering why it wasn't going to keep moving. A month later, they kind of realized that I want them to put the stupid thing in their mouth. And in another month, they figured out that every time they did it, I gave them a treat. And I practiced for months and months and months and months. Fast forward 2 years later, I've gotten them all the way up to chasing the ball, to grabbing the ball, and then running around the house playing keep away with the other dogs until they lose interest and they drop the ball wherever they go and have a nap. Man, these dogs are stupid. So we looked up dog training on the internet, and lo and behold, we find out that dogs like border collies are the most trainable dogs. Turns out German shepherds are trainable dogs. Greyhounds, though, are way down on that list. In fact, they're about as far down on that list as you can go until you start hitting up those super inbred dogs that end up on a Sarah McLachlan video at 3 a.m. that make you cry and donate money to PETA so they can roleplay the movie Avatar. Turns out the reason that dogs are trainable is the same reason that dogs are smart. They see and they understand patterns faster than other dogs, so they can be trained with a couple treats and some repetitions. The smartest dogs are easiest to train. So if anybody in the chat owns a border collie, let me know how long it took you to train them how to fetch. How many minutes did you spend on them? Anyways, enough about dogs. What am I going on about? And I'm getting to that. But first, I want to talk about cavemen and cave thoughts. So hold on to your butts. This is going to be a very science-heavy topic. Put on your thinking caps. Cavemen were very strong. They could swing clubs and hunt tigers and cook buffalo and other cool caveman stuff. Cave Karen and Cave Stacy weren't that strong because it turns out it's really hard to pass a Cro-Magnon skull while giving birth. Like, really hard. That forehead ridge alone was the cause of death of at least 35% of Cave Stacys out there. So Cave Stacys and Cave Karens tried two things out. Cave Stacy tried to go bigger birthing hips so that Cave Chad wouldn't wreck her when she had a pregnancy. Cave Karen, on the other hand, decided she's going to have dumber Cave Chads with smaller skulls, so it was easier. And then Cave Karen could spend most of her time hunting buffalo just like the other cavemen out there. No big deal, right? The sexes are equal. Awesome. So do you remember that quote from earlier? All things being equal, it's better to be smart than stupid, I guess, from Carl Sagan? Yeah. So it turns out Cave Karen was really good at hunting buffalo, and cavemen were really good at hunting buffalo, and little Cave Tommy was good at hunting buffalo. But Cave Stacy couldn't hunt buffalo, but her little Cave Billy was smart enough to make a bow and arrow, and that absolutely wrecked buffalo. Kinda wrecked Cave Stacy as well, so the matter was settled. Cave Stacy learned two valuable lessons. Instead of being a good caveman, she was really good at making smart-ass cave babies and really good at getting cavemen to make bows and arrows and to hunt things and bring back some meat. The smartest dogs are the easiest to train. Or, quoting Cave Stacy, the best weapon for a caveman is a bow and arrow. The best weapon for a Cave Stacy is a man with a bow and arrow. And thus was born the cave thought. Physically weak, but mentally tough. She told Cave Chad stories, and Cave Chad would hunt bigger buffalo and give her more seashells so she could look fancier than her frenemies when she was having brunch. She also figured out that she can sleep with the biggest Cave Chad and tell good enough stories to the other cavemen, and those other cavemen would give her more buffalo meat. But lying to them was hard, so she practiced really, really hard and learned to lie to herself. Once she convinced herself that it was his cave baby, well, convincing some random caveman that it was his cave baby was relatively easy. Skipping ahead to the current year. Well, smart guys, we have a bunch of different stories we tell them. Oh, just be yourself and you'll attract the kind of girl that likes you for you. Smart guys believe that because smart guys want to believe that. Because then, smart guy is effective. Girls wanted to sleep with Chad, but Chad can't make bank as an engineer. So they'll tell Billy the engineer that, someday your time will come. A girl may be at the tail end of I wasted my 20s, but be damned if she doesn't believe that what she offers at 35 is way better than what she got offered at 23. I mean, I may not be as hot as I used to be, but I have a great job. I earn just as much money as a man. I may not be able to do all that kinky stuff I used to do, but biannual missionary position is way more important. So in the same way I was throwing a ball and pointing at it, giving the dogs a treat when they brought it back, she's training guys to just believe her and value what she tells them to value. The smartest dogs are the easiest to train, bro. Oh, that Chad on Facebook? He's just an old friend. I don't even think about him much anymore. Oh, that Chad's in town today, but don't worry, it's nothing. I just want to catch up on some old times. Oh, well, yeah, we kissed, but that was it. Oh, with Chad, okay, we made out a bit, but nothing happened. I spent the night at his place, but we were just friends, nothing happened. All right, I'm positive it's your baby. A woman just knows these things. He looks so much like you. Look, he has your same paycheck. So Stacy believes it, and because Buddy is so smart, he believes it too. In the same way that smart guys don't do anything that's hard, smart guys believe what Stacy tells them to think. If they got cucked by some room temperature IQ with a six-pack, that means they probably weren't very smart. So, as far as they're concerned, they're smart and it didn't happen. And that's going to be the end of it. Let's go on to Twitter and call everybody else low IQ. Feel better? I'm sure you do. So what's the point of all this? Well, it's that we do much better when we're more greyhound and less border collie. Greyhounds are dumb. Greyhounds are motivated by their stomachs. Greyhounds hold frame. So when Greyhound Stacy says, "Oh, it's your puppy," and it comes out with curly hair, greyhounds run. I own 3 Italian greyhounds, and they are stupid dogs. They have recall, they have sit, and they have lay down. They know the word park, and they know the word shower, and they know the word hup. Because park is awesome and super fun. Shower is bad and they don't like it. And hup means they get to get on our lap and get pet. So they only know things that are valuable for them to know. And I dunk all over them for their stupidity, and they look at me wagging their tails. I whisper death threats in their ear, and they lick me in the face. It's all attention to them, and they're not smart enough to speak English anyway, so for them, this is just a reward. Every morning, we feed the guys at 6:30 in the morning. Of course, on the weekends, we like to sleep in. But explain that to a dog. They don't know what Sunday is. Dogs are too busy for such nonsense. That's smart guy problems. All they know is they get fed at this certain time of the day. And if we're still sleeping, well then clearly something's wrong. They're dogs. They only know how to slap somebody in the face, and they use this tool for all their problems. You know what? It works. I'm gonna preface this because I know people like their spot of the tism interpretations here. I'm not suggesting at 6:30 in the morning you cuff your woman. This is just an example from the dogs. Do not take this literally. Okay, you've been warned, carry on to the video. I can tell when it's 6:30 because I'll be brushing my teeth or starting up coffee and I can hear my old lady screaming at the dog. She pulls out all the womanly tools that work on smart guys. She screams at them. No, no, no. But they just sit there, wagging their tail, waiting for her to get up and put food in the bowl. Maybe I didn't punch the girl enough. So he'll try it again. And I can hear her screaming again. God, you know nobody likes you, right? Nobody likes you, Sagan. Yeah, the dog's name is Sagan. So she's sitting there, treating the dog like he's some high school beta male, seeking validation. It worked so well on the old boyfriends in high school, but this dog is just too dumb to get it. So what'd she do? She gets up, she puts food in the bowl, the dog happily gets into his 4-point stance and starts to eat breakfast. I suppose, had she not been so tired, or so manipulated by that 11-pound ball of skin and bone, she would have asked me to feed them, and some mornings she does. Instead, though, we're going to get this wonderful lesson to the ego of men. The smartest dogs are the easiest to train. So now, tell me again how great it is that you're high IQ. Tell me how good logic is to help you understand the objective universe. How great is that job that Chad hired you for in the gig economy? Are you training your dogs, or are your dogs training you? Remember, if you take nothing else from this video, and you really should take a bunch from it, but if you take nothing else, logic is only as good as the inputs. If a girl tells you a fantastic story about how at the end of the day you have to grab a bow and arrow and hunt water buffalo for her and your curly-haired dogs, well then just realize all the logic was doing was help you get trained so much better. All right, that's it, guys. All right, guys, thank you for watching. This was one more Red Pilled Coffee. Don't forget to like and hit subscribe if you like what you see. Hit the bell notification icon so when I do a new video, it goes straight to your notifications. On that note, going to give a shout out right now to our Patreon community. It's nice, it's flourishing. 250 plus guys in there right now. We talk nothing else about sexual strategy for men in a place I call the locker room. We got some nice forum access, all these kind of things, and we don't jargonize about cave chads and cave Stacies. We're just talking real men swapping notes. On that note, don't forget to check out the Amazon bookstore where my book, Fuck Files, 15 Lessons from a Decade of Pickup, is in stores everywhere. It's out on paperback, it's out on Kindle, and pretty soon, once I'm finished it, the audiobook will be out as well. On that note, I'm just going to leave you to it, so I'll catch you later. Cheers.
Cause all Jacks think about is sports. All we ever think about is sex.
What's your name?
Louis.